GM, hello, welcome to From A to Z, an Aavegotchi podcast. Aavegotchi, for those who don't know, is an on-chain DeFi NFT RPG where you can own land, farm resources, and build out your own metaverse home base within the Gotchiverse. From DeFi yields to PvP battles and community art curation, the ever-growing Aavegotchi ecosystem has something for everyone. So come on in. I'm Zephi.
Zombie Shepherd.
And this is Zombie Shepherd. Let's jump right in. What's new with you?
Oh man, I am getting ready for ETH Denver, obviously. GMI Aavegotchi presence is going to be large. I mean, the main thing I'm doing at this point is like getting ready for the live performance because I had geared up for a whole like guitar-based set. And then Lost Local was like, do you have Gotchi music? And I was like, yeah, I can do some Gotchi music. And then I was like, I'm just going to do a DJ set. And then I kind of realized, like, I started playing around with this. I do a lot of my Gotchi music on this keyboard, this synthesizer right here. It's a FM synthesizer. So do a lot of it on there. And I started messing with it. And I was like, I can do some of these live. Like, I can do my Gotchi songs live. Because a lot of them were like run through performances anyway. So, yeah. So
it just means
really
you got to bring different equipment, right?
Yeah, well, it also means I didn't prepare a set.
Oh shoot.
yeah. And I have a lot less music to pull from in that area. So I need to reach out to some people like Lev and Slaps and some other Gotchi music. I'm going to borrow a little bit from them. I actually don't need that much to fill it out. So my phone is going off telling me we're live. I usually mute it, but I forgot this time.
We are live.
We are live. So yeah, I've been in the studio all day trying to like figure out what equipment I'm bringing, that whole deal. And then
good thing you're driving. You'll have that flexibility.
Yeah, totally.
To bring what you need, you know.
That was another fun little event.
Oh boy.
Well, I went to plug in my route today, and I plug in the route based on the address that Mycelium gave me for the orders that I'm sending, the Gotchi Lodge orders. So I plug in the thing, and I'm like, 26 hours? That seems like a really long time. I thought it was only like 20 hours. And then I look, and I'm like, wait, I'm not going to Utah. Oh, crap. Hold on.
Wrong address.
I had to like hurry up and make sure the orders weren't shipped yet so that they go to Gotchi Lodge and not freaking Mycelium's house.
Good save. Good save.
And then
cutting it close.
Yeah, so then I started planning my route today. I still don't know the whole plan because it's a 20-hour drive. Dallas is only like 7.5 hours. So like that wouldn't, like, I was thinking about stopping in Dallas, but then that would leave me like most of the drive on day 2. I don't know if I want to do that. I think I want to do most of the drive on day 1.
Get it out of the way. I would too.
But it looks like there's really no, I don't know. There's Amarillo. I could get all the way to Amarillo. Maybe.
Got some calculating to do then, huh?
Yep. Trying to figure out the route.
No worries. I wanted a quick check. I noticed, and it might just be my screen, we've got old title data at the top. Did that get changed?
I updated on my end. You're probably just seeing it wrong on your end.
I figured that was the case. Just wanted to double check. Excellent. Well, as far as updates on my end, it's been, doing what I can to help with last minute Gotchi Lodge preparations, and we got the ETH Denver work in progress website spun up. So just doing what I can without actually going to help you guys get there and have everything ready to go when you're there. So feeling good about things. I know I've got a little bit more updating tonight to do. Mycelium sent me your Google Calendar with all the events and everything. So I'll get the schedule up there and hopefully over the next couple of days, a couple more bios. I think it'll be good. I think our main topic, our biggest hyped topic, at least, of the event tonight, or of the night, is the fake Gotchi competition. The ETH Denver fake Gotchi competition. So we had 5 entries. We had one sneak in right here at the right under the hour, right before the show started. So we've got 5 total options. And if you're ready, I think I'm ready to jump right into them if you want to see them. Have you seen them yet? You've seen them, right?
I have seen them. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's show
Let's start
these up.
with that.
Get my screen up here. The first one out the gate was a Stellar Hobbs entry. There we go.
Wow.
It's like a full-blown poster. Tons of detail. I like the little lens shout out there.
Oh yeah, check it out. This is oh man, we got sus butterflies in the back.
The building is the juice box is super funny.
It's got a lot of Escher type qualities to it. I like this. It's very MC Escher with the building structures and the stairs and like.
I don't know that one.
Oh.
I don't know that reference.
I'll pull it up. But I
think I'm getting the vibe. I just don't know.
What's this graffiti here on the wall?
Oh, I noticed. Yeah, there's a little something. We got a little bit. I noticed there was a little something. You're kind of right above your screen there. I can see a GMI stamp right above where you're at, and then over on the left side.
All right, that says GM. I think it's just a GM.
Oh, on the far left. Yeah, sorry. Did I say left? My brain's messed up.
Oh, I see it on the
far
right.
Left. We've got the GMI with the heart over the eye.
I see over my. I see what you mean. Right over my screen.
Yeah,
I got
you. So GMI got a little graffiti shout out, and then over in the middle there, you can see the Polygon logo. That's a little shout out. I don't know what this logo is above that though.
That looks like
I'll have to find out.
Devil shit right there.
I think it's Gotchi Farmy. Actually, now that I tilt my head, it looks like a shield.
Oh, you're right. It's the
Gotchi Farmy logo.
I got you. Totally some devil shit. I called it.
Totally. And then over on the left, we even have a little from A to Z shout out, which I spotted.
Oh man. That is awesome.
So this, wrong zoom. Let me get back in there. This was the first entry.
Hold on, I'm going to show you real quick before you move on. This is Escher. So, there you go.
Okay, yep. As you described it, that was kind of what this was the maze of stairs was the type of art that I thought of. I just didn't know by name. Interesting.
Right. Kellium saw the GFA shout out. Me over here, I'm like, oh, that must be some devil shit.
Devil shit. I love the graffiti. I think it was a really nice touch.
This is an awesome piece. Yep.
All right, we got a few more pieces though. The second one up is from Leonardo da Gotchi. Let me get that shared. Share this tab. Boom. Kind of on the same theme as the last few teaser pieces he's released with the I see now and the psychedelic eyes and
feels psychedelic, man.
Yeah, buddy. And of course, we've got the Buffacorn down here, keeping with the ETH Denver theme.
Yeah.
Wait,
hold on. I guess I worry about this one though. I love it, but is this not Gotchi enough?
It's definitely got all the Gotchi aspects.
I see it's got a portal back there. So
yep. It's got the portal that you spawn from, and then that little kind of X is the shape of the portal on the map itself.
Oh, I'm seeing. If you really look in this psychedelia here, we've got like
there's a lot of stuff.
And the lodge. Like we've got this is like
the
a
Poly
scene
Lakes
from
up
the
top.
Gotchiverse trailer. This is like really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that before.
I see it.
So it's very deeply Gotchi, but you know how the Q is.
If you know, you know.
Although, I don't know, man. Is the Q still brutal at these gas prices, or are people like not as prone to be?
That's a good question. I've had less of my eye on the Q. I mean, me personally, I don't know if that's a trend or general consensus.
Well, I've noticed overall the likes have gone down because like it was fine to like at a penny, but am I going to like it 10 cents?
Yeah, I'll just buy it. Save my 10 cents. All right, so that's our second one. That's Leonardo da Gotchi. Third one up here is animated, and this one is from the ghost.eth. A little rocket gotchi heading to the rainbow moon and a ETH Denver 2023 banner across the moon. Cool little piece there.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, they're all pretty spectacular, but wait, did you hit
Another
play
one.
on it?
I did. I'll do it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do it again. I missed it.
Yeah, you're just dancing. A little rocket gotchi.
Nice. Headed to the
And
moon.
Indeed, the rainbow mode. It's like a blue moon ice cream moon.
I like this colors too. It's not like a traditional rainbow. Like we've got like this teal that's more of like
A
a
little off. I like
in
it.
between orange and red instead of being both. And like,
Yep.
yeah, I like it.
All right,
Yeah.
got another one up here. It's a T-Bird entry, also animated. So let me play that one real quick.
Aavegotchi Buffacorn.
Sticking with the Buffcorn theme. I like
Got
the hooves.
Ethereums.
I like the Buffacorn hooves.
Oh, I didn't notice that before.
So
That is
dope.
so cool. Fucking. Oh man.
And it's got the spork as the wand, which I love. Little ETH Denver theme there. This is very T-Bird.
Yeah, I
Reminds
like
me a
it.
little of
I like
the-
how it's we did the Aavegotchi Buffacorn, but I went the whole use the Buffacorn and just decorate it with gotchi traits. But this is like a good blend of like it's
This
a
is a chimera.
gotchi that is a Buffacorn, and then it's like got Buffacorn and gotchi traits. Like
Uh-huh.
or I
Cool
guess
approach.
really
Cool
no,
approach.
I guess these are all Buffacorn traits. The spork, the wings, the halo, those are all Buffacorn traits.
But it's shaped
But
like a
having
gotchi.
collateral at the top is certainly gotchi.
And those eyes. I think those are the
Yeah.
ETH classes, right?
Nice blend. I like it.
All right, and then the last one. Share tab here. This was a contact entry.
Ooh. Graphic.
Very stickerable. I like the color theme, but that's just how I do. I like it.
This is a graphic right here. This is pop. This pops.
It pops.
Man, this
Yeah,
would
this is
like
t-shirtable. Very, very t-shirtable.
yeah. Like we do risograph postcards for our films, and this is something that would easily Rizzo.
Yeah, just a couple of colors. Keep it simple but cool pattern. I see it.
Yeah.
Neat. So these are the 5 entries.
I think Hobbs' piece would Rizzo too. If maybe there's too many colors, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of colors.
You can do
it's
more
mainly
colors
pink,
with
purple, blue, but
Rizzo.
there's lots of fades.
Yeah, you can do more colors with Rizzo. It's just you don't want to do a lot because each run is a separate, like you have to change out the ink drum. It's like doing screen printing. So you have to do it in
Ooh.
layers. So the simpler you can keep it, the better. So you really want to keep it to like 3 colors and white.
That makes sense. Yeah, this piece would work really well for that.
Although this would work better if you could print on black because you would want to print all this. I don't even know if you can do black with a Rizzo. You might have to do like a blue, but this is almost like a midnight navy-ish blue anyway. So you could do it in blue and still get a good effect. Interested.
I like it though. So the fake scientists, it turns out, will be the ones deciding who wins this fake gotchi contest. I believe it was Golden Cross who offered the card in the first place. So it'll be a Pixelcraft driven contest here. And I don't know, there
Very
was
cool.
talks about maybe some sticker designs being reconsidered for a second competition.
That's what I heard from
BMI,
Hefe.
something. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't have any details on that, but we like these. We might spin up a second one, so we'll see how that goes. Let me get that off of here. Back to our twofer. All right. We got up next here. Tons of updates. Aavegotchi ecosystem updates. So much stuff. This was quite a list here today. We can start with market prices. You want to check on prices, see where we're at across the board? Mostly up.
On the moon, right?
On the moon. Things were looking good. Ghost is up to $1.48. Matic is at $1.38. Got a couple screens here I can share. A little bit of, little bit of something to look at while we go through these. Where is it? There it is. No tab. Hit share. Boom. Now if I switch, there we are. We got Aavegotchi price, $1.48. Looking really good. Definitely up on the week. Polygon still climbing. Looks like it's sliding a little bit, but had quite a run, and the growth in the ecosystem is just bussing. So I guess I'm not surprised. As far as Gotchi floor and parcel floors go, looks like the Gotchi floor is down at 289, which is, I believe, slightly down week. Yep.
The
And then
Gotchi
parcel
floor?
the Gotchi floor is a little bit down. Yeah, it was like 305 ghost last week, I think, when I edited it. But the parcel floor is, I believe, also down just a tiny bit. It's at 25 instead of, I think it was 26 ghost. So it looks like assets might be following a USD peg while ghost is going bonkers. We'll see. Alchemicals are all up too. All of the alchemicals are up like 10-15%. Let's see. Week over week, we're doing really well. FUD is at 0017. FOMO's at 0097. Also up. Oh, I'm not going through the tabs like I thought I was. There's the FOMO tab.
There you go.
Now, Alpha tab, 0088. Also up. Lots of demand. People are stacking assets right now.
Nice.
Keck, also up. 0342. Good. Keck was down there. Keck is still down there. Oh man, buy. Not financial advice. But it's coming back up. We're pulling out of the nosedive. It looks good.
Interesting.
All right. So that's where we're at with prices.
I'm not surprised that Ghost going up while wearables kind of stick with USD value. It makes sense because
a little bit of a risk hedge.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to flip in or out of wearables, you're going to be looking for the USD price probably as a pair. You know what I mean? Because if you got it at, X Ghost and you can sell it at a loss, quote unquote, then, and especially if it says like that you're selling it at or below the last sold price, you know what I mean? That kind of like looks like the person buying is getting a deal where you might actually be doing a 10x. Yeah.
I guess it's, as a transaction, both parties have to be satisfied.
Yeah.
It still feels like a deal. It feels like a deal. What's going on?
I'm trying. Well, I thought it was an emoji, but apparently the emoji's name is Bisexual Pride. So it was supposed to be an emoji, but that's the name of the emoji.
Oh, I see it in the chat. I see. It converts it to text.
Fucking great.
Good.
Let's see what this one is. Not like this, PogChamp. That's the name of the emoji.
That's such a bummer. That it converts.
Finally got on my Twitch account. Not like this, PogChamp. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to throw up all the emojis. I was like, wait, who the hell said Bisexual Pride? Oh wait, that's the wrong one. I didn't see that in the chat. Oh, it is.
I love it.
Excellent.
Cool. Today I learned, right?
Yep. You got to fuck around to find out.
And we just found out. All right, so I got one more update. 2 more updates. Oh shoot, no, I got a whole bunch. This is a toggle thing. There's a whole bunch of updates. Started going through the Discord updates, started going through the blog updates. We got a bunch. Let me turn this one on here. Turn this one on. First up, it's time for some stimmies.
Oh yeah.
Last Tuesday was the Rarity Farming Season 5 Round 1 snapshot. Payments were dispersed by Thursday. So if you are in the top 7,500 gotchis, For kinship, XP, or BRS, check your Gotchi pockets. You might have some stimmies.
I got in there on BRS with one of my Gotchis.
Nice.
Just
yeah,
one.
I
tried
think
to
I've
actually,
got one
yeah.
on BRS.
I tried to get my other one up, but I did the calculations, and I don't think there's any way I could get it there. Like, I'd have to like do reboot, and I can't afford it. Although,
Yeah, it's a pricey respec.
I noticed something funny, and maybe this is because of my specific Gotchi, or maybe this is all ruffles. But I equipped Thrax let me borrow a ruffle to see how it would help me out, and it actually did nothing. It cancels out. But I guess it might have been
did
against
it plus a trait and minus a trait that just kind of
neutralized
your BRS increase?
I neutralized. But he did look good with a ruffle, so
maybe just for funsies, but not for rarity farming.
But yeah, like unless like I only have one slot left to fill, and I think even if I put a godlike, it wouldn't boost me up to where I need to be. So I would basically have to revamp the whole Gotchi. But not at a position to do that at this point. But my one Gotchi's
understandably,
and he's moved up because I upgraded him since last rarity season. So I have moved up the ladder with Zombie Shepherd.
Nice.
Yep. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to send Thrax his ruffle back. Didn't help.
Good experiment.
Net negative. Or net neutral.
Net neutral. Yes. Net zero. All right. Next up is the Forge, and we've been talking about this one for a while, and it's been kind of bouncing around updates, and we're going to be launching soon. It's tomorrow. It's here. It's coming.
See, now that we're at rarity farming, I can say this, but knowing about the Forge coming up, and this is why you have to be tuned in. This is why you need shows like From A to Z, Block Party, the community and DAO calls, the Substack that Hefe writes. Like, this is why you need all this information, because if you're like paying attention, you can position yourself intelligently. Obviously not financial advice, but you can like position yourself for the parts of the game that you enjoy to be able to get in deeper, or, make trades that you might want to make. But I got into rarity farming, like knowing rarity farming is coming and knowing the Forge was coming. I scooped wearables months ago. Like when everybody was like selling and like getting bearish and selling wearables, I was scooping wearables knowing that I need to get my guy ready for rarity farming. And then now when rarity farming rolled around, the Forge had been announced. So everybody's now scooping up all the wearables so they can smelt them. All the prices on the wearables are up again. So like,
and Ghost is going up and gas is going up. Yeah.
Right.
So that's the thing. If you follow the information, you can make your adjustments with information early on.
Right. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not going to give away my strategy and what I'm thinking too much, but I've definitely got a lot on my plate that I'm thinking about regarding, the bonding curve and the Forge and all of this stuff. Like,
there's going to be a lot of movements. There's going to be I don't know whether it's going to go up or down long term, but I can tell you it's going to go up and down. Like, there's going to be some volatility,
As Coder Dan said, and this is the one piece of advice I'll give to everybody, because I had to think about it a little bit. But you have to take the line one step further, because Coder Dan said, buckle up. And I thought about that, and I'm like, well, wait. Like, in this ecosystem, how do you, especially in a bear market the way we are, how do you buckle up? You can't just cash out. There's almost no way to just get rid of your assets unless you're going to do it as like basement prices. But even still, you got to find someone with liquidity.
Maybe that's a hold yell, Gonna go through some shit here.
And that's part of it. It's also like, I thought about it. I was like, well, what does buckle up actually mean in this? And I'm like, well, buckle up means like, whatever you have that's like lingering, get your stuff battened down to where you want it to be, because when things start happening, you're gonna experience exposure. And that's the other part of it, is like, know what moves you're like. If you're locked into moves that you're regretting, this is a chance to change those moves one way or the other.
Lower the basis, do something. Yeah, there's opportunities here. We're down, but there's always opportunities in any market shape. Maybe you can use them to your advantage, given your personal bags. Yeah, give alpha. Where's where's alpha?
But the thing is, I can't give alpha that says like this is definitely how you do it, but I can because I don't know your bag. But if you look at your assets and you say these are the things I think I did wrong, these are the things I think I did right, this is where I would like to be later. The bonding curve is going to be a balancer. I think it's going to be a great rebalancer where you're going to see a lot of people flushing into this market, maybe a lot of people flushing out of the market because they've been wanting to get out and they don't know where their opportunity is going to be.
Or staying in and just doing a rebalance. Like
a lot of people
there may be
aren't going to
people who are
buckle
so
up and they're going to end up getting flung off the roller coaster.
Panic dump, panic sell. We're going to see emotions kick in.
They're going to hit that second bump and it's going to be a trebuchet right off into the sunset. But no, I think overall, like if you're paying attention, you're coming to the DAO and the community calls, you're listening to the show,
you're watching the Discord, yeah. Yep.
And you're thinking about how am I positioned and where would I like to be in the future. You know, these are all things to think about. I think it's easy, especially when you're so close like we are. It's so easy to get caught up and get tunnel vision of like the DAO conversations and what's going on with this and that. And like, it's easy to get like caught up in things and not like zoom out.
I was getting caught up in things.
Yeah.
It feels better zooming out. It feels better there.
And I mean, that's all of crypto and that's even all of life in a sense. But like definitely with crypto, you can say like, hey, yeah, we've been in a bear market. Zoom out. You're like, man, look how up we are from.
Look at where this bear market is compared to last bear market.
This is what I say to a lot of normie people, even when the bear first kicked in, but it's remained true this whole season. People were like dogging me. Stock people were like, oh, crypto's down. I'm like, dude, crypto is down. Like, I was like, look at it like this, where your stocks are compared to March 2020 and where crypto is compared to March 2020. Crypto's up.
Yeah.
So crypto's up. I mean, not in some pockets are still, you know, we didn't go down the same way other assets did. Like we had a delayed response to the bear, I would say. Like we probably had a 3 to 6 month delayed response where we knew it was coming and we saw people positioning themselves, but like we didn't see a large like dip in assets until, like I've said before, until probably close to like the FTX thing. That's when we really started to feel the pain of this market.
That's when I ended up buying my Spacious.
And I think that's why, I mean,
like it's just going to go to zero. Everything is horrible. And I went, maybe I'll buy one.
But here's what makes me super bullish with Aavegotchi and with Bankless DAO. When things bounce back, now Bankless DAO, just to put a context on that, Bankless DAO definitely responded to the bear market instantly and protractedly. Like we're still very deep in a bear with Bankless DAO. However, I would say every time the market goes up, Bankless DAO has responded positively, Bank Token has responded positively, and the Aavegotchi ecosystem has bounced as far as like the response that we've had right now. And it's because we're dropping a lot of news at the same time that the market is looking good. So we're going through a bunch of growth moments at the same exact moment that the market is looking good. So that makes people bullish into these like micro caps like what we are.
And Polygon's looking good. So we've got a good project built on top of another good project, built on top of another Ethereum good project. But everything is going up. So the alignment looks good. We're well, I think overdue, but we're well positioned for the growth I think we're going to see here in the next couple of minutes.
Well, what I was getting to is because we had a delayed reaction to the bear and now we're having an earlier response to the bull. That's bullish maneuvers. That's like we're in a good position regardless of how you may have felt about specific events over the last year. Like this is a good project. You know what I mean? Like there's
a reason I'm here.
you know what I mean? Like
I like what I see. Generally,
I'm not good at technical analysis or astrology, but I think the stars are aligning and we're in a good home. So
if it's going up and to the right and there's stars around, you're going to be alive. Good. I don't know. I'm no Marin either.
Exactly.
We
We
can
need to
try.
get Marin on the show just to talk about Aavegotchi. Tell us.
We should
We
see
need
if
to
she
get
can
her
do
to
like an
do the tarot
Aavegotchi
for
birth chart.
Aavegotchi.
Yeah. Yeah. Could be good.
Yeah, look at this. Good comment here.
Boost of market, boost of morale, which I can't wait for. No joke. We need to be friendly. Yeah. It got, I think a lot of the people who are indifferent or friendly may have backed up a bit in the bottom of the bear, and it's to be expected. It's understandable. But yeah, when we come back, when our community reactivates, and it's starting to happen now, I think we're going to be right back to friendliest community, no problem. You know what I mean? I've said this privately a couple times, but I'll say it publicly. The Aavegotchi space is unique to me in that I've never been this plugged into a network that has such a breadth and depth of skill, talent, passion, just general positive human friendliness traits. This network, this professional network, social network, whatever, this network of folks in the Aavegotchi community is a unique and exciting group that I'm just thrilled to be a part of.
Yes, absolutely. I said it in a slightly different way. I don't remember if that was in an episode or not, but I said it like, man, I've always tried to get into an internet cult, and I finally found one.
Yeah, I
remember. I usually just watch
found our
them on
cult.
YouTube, but I finally found one that'll accept me as I am and let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Aavegotchi.
So I feel good about it. I feel good long term. I do feel like this is a good community, a good project, and a good opportunity. Not financial advice, but I'm hanging around. Indeed. Last update on there. Last update. Rarity Farming Season 5, snapshot number 2. Get your gotchis dressed. It's coming on Tuesday. It's coming quick.
That's a better message. Foreign says here, I feel like Amy in Big Bang when she said she was happy to find friends before a cult founder. So that's how I really feel. This isn't really a cult. This is, but anybody from the outside, I'm sure my friends and family that see my shit on Facebook every week, because all of this goes to my Facebook page, all my live streams. They're like, what is this guy doing?
My
what
parents
is this?
have no idea. They don't. Like, I was talking to my mom on Saturday. Doesn't understand. Totally okay with it. It's just too much.
Yeah,
too deep.
this is a little bit of backstory, but my grandmother was actually in, I guess, what you could consider some kind of cult. I don't know. It was cultish. So I'm sure my family sees what I'm doing and probably relates it somewhat to my grandmother. And they're like, oh, yeah, we've got
red flags.
Yeah, we've got cult traits in our family. It's happened before.
You'll be okay. Shoot.
At least I'm doing it in public, and everybody can see me right now. My family can check in on me and be like, "Oh, there he is, talking to his."
There's no weird sacrifice stuff. There's no,
Well, not yet.
Not
the
yet.
Forge is coming.
Hey. All right, that's a good segue. We've got DAO updates. We've got DAO updates like crazy this week. You ready to jump into these? We've got a bunch of new proposals.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's get into some proposals. All right.
Oh man, that does remind me though. I'll wait and I'll say it when I get the picture. You go with that.
Okay. All right. We've got a couple of core props, a half dozen almost. 5 core props are active, and 1, 2, 3 sig props are active. So there's a lot to get voting on. AGIP 62, 63, 64, 65, and 66 are all XP qualifying. If you vote in those votes and the vote reaches quorum, you get 20 XP. So definitely don't miss out on those. But we can run through these real quick. The first one, AGIP 62, is the Infinity Keys and Aavegotchi partnership. So the SIG prop on this passed. The partnership is looking for funding of 4,500 Ghost. And the vote on that is a simple yes, no. You can read the proposal and then throw in your thoughts. AGIP 63 is Aavegotchi Sandbox, the GFA Sandbox initiative. I think it's the second, maybe final, I think final, but second phase of their Sandbox project. They're requesting a larger budget. This is 95,000 Ghost and 110,000 die for the whole team for the projected deliverables here. The vote on that, again, is just a simple yes or no, fund or don't fund. There's a SIG prop for Fireball.gg. The team over there is looking to develop the official guild's UI through their own platform. So, I mean, I went through all these props today and kind of did a glance through summary in my brain just to see what was going on, so I knew what I was talking about. This is a well-designed proposal. This should be a template that other folks use. This SIG prop from Fireball looks really good to me. I won't say anything either way, preference on vote, but it's a well-designed proposal, I thought. The idea is just to create the official guild interface. We'd have NFTs as like flags, as collectible. I think he said also non-transferable guild NFT flags. So there's some cool mechanics there. They're requesting 25,000 Ghost for, I think, a 3-month program. I don't have that detail here, but it's another simple yes, no, fund or don't fund vote. So that's just a SIG prop at this point. AGIP 64, big one here, closing the bonding curve. What do we do? Turn it on, turn it off? It's on already. Turn it off, don't turn it off. All the descriptions and details are there. It feels like a freight train that's unstoppable. It's going to be turned off. But if you'd like to vote, there's a vote to turn it on or to turn it off or not turn it off. AGIP 65, another one that seems like it's pretty much decided at this point, is the split for the die in the curve once it's shut off. So this was the vote for the 25, 25, 25, 25 distribution, where 25% goes to liquidity provisions, 25% goes to the DAO, 25% goes to Pixelcraft, and the remaining 25% is allocated for protocol rewards. Now this one, I don't know if this quote I had missed the first time through or if it was added between the SIG prop and the core prop, but I felt this was important to point out. It says, and I can even pull this up, might be a good idea. It says, by protocol rewards, we mean fair and inclusive reward pools that account for all native assets in the protocol. A yes vote for protocol rewards in this case does not mean a yes vote for ongoing rarity farming in its current iteration. It protects funds to be used to make sure that protocol assets remain liquid and sufficiently included in the economic cycle going forward. So this is not rarity farming only. It was introduced as 25% of the die would go to protocol rewards, which will directly reward asset holders through either rarity farming or another reward mechanism chosen by the DAO. This paragraph here makes me feel a lot better about that 25% player reward, protocol reward disbursement. So I thought that was worth pointing out. The vote on that one, I believe, is another simple yes, no. Do you agree to the split or not agree to the split? Next up, the curve transition plan. So I think this was a Maxi Crouton post. They're looking to do some planning and some math and some analysis to determine how and how much funds to secure for liquidity provisions. What do you got, flies over there or something?
I got a cat hair or something flying at me.
Oh, shoot. That'll happen. That'll happen. All the beasts, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta love sharing a space with animals. So this curve transition plan, it sounds like the initial plan here is to source or to secure $3.5 million worth of liquidity and $500,000 worth of liquidity rewards, like LP rewards. I think, let me pull this one open here. Yes. So 25% of the curve die comes out to about 7 million. So if they were just allocating 4 million, I assume there's either like a second batch coming or there's some sort of some sort of a split. But ultimately, they would be working with the curve transition team to determine the ultimate provision of that liquidity. AGIP 66, tying right in, is the curve transition team. Should we form and fund the curve transition team? This passed SIGPROP. This seems to get support from the community. And to me, it seems to make sense to have a committee. I mean, it appears the curve's getting turned off. I'd rather have a committee managing that than not. But vote here again. Simple yes, no. Fund and form. Don't fund and form. And then the last active one is the Forge team contract and 6-month roadmap. So they lay out what they want to complete in the next 6 months, including 4 new features and the ongoing maintenance and completion of the Forge at launch as is. So they've got the Forge roadmap included in the post. Take a look at that. And the request is a 6-month stipend of 236,000 Ghost. The split is detailed there as well. It follows the same kind of structure as the initial, like the DAO organization plan, where it's the chair, economist, dev, creative, and then a bounty budget. So pretty similar, but that is 236,000 Ghost for 6 months to finish and maintain the Forge. Vote on that one is another yes or no, fund or don't fund. But that is the last one that is active right now, and it's a SIGPROP. So we got a big batch in there. That's what, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 active votes right now. So get on out there, see what's interesting and important to you, and make sure your voice gets heard.
Absolutely, and definitely read.
Read, yeah,
read deeply, and then
if
also,
you don't want to read deeply,
and
you still want your XP for those AGIPs, we have a new feature where you can just vote indifferently, 50% yes, 50% no.
It actually gets more appropriate vote than that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
You could go in and say, do like 66-33 or 25 or 75-25, or so you can actually weight your vote quite differently now with the, what was the name of that? The change in voting? Forget. We did that one.
It's not weighted.
Back. Yeah.
Is it weighted? It's not token weighted. Maybe it's just called weighted voting. It's not.
I think it is weighted. You're right.
But yeah, you can kind of balance your support or
weighted voting. It is AGIP 55.
There we go. We are already at 66. We're just blowing through these core props. Kind of exciting. Kind of exciting.
Yeah, I've got like 6 or 7 I'm working on right now.
6 or 7 what? Props?
I've been in the lab.
XP tsunami incoming.
Props, you ready? I've been quiet, but I've been in the lab cooking sig props and beats. So y'all, I'm coming at y'all hard.
I guess you're gonna have to let me know so I can get my list here ready for next week.
I've been reading. I'm about to come at y'all hard with the DAO governance. Hold up.
Do it. Let's do it. This was our last bit. We've got.
I feel like we need some more big brains in the space. So I've been doing my studying. I've been reading from the master Vitalik himself. This is a collection. My lights are blurring it out there.
Tilt it down. There we go. down and to your left. There it is.
Yeah, I got beats for the sig props. Exactly. My sig props come with songs. I'm trying to sell it on a meme level.
We're releasing these props as fake gotchis.
Yeah, I've been reading this. So this is a collection of all of Vitalik's writings. Basically, not the stuff he did for Bitcoin Magazine necessarily, but everything he did about Ethereum and blockchain governance and everything. And his opinions are pretty cutting edge and world changing. Whereas most of the things that happen in most DAOs are more corporate minded. It's this is how corporations do it. We're going to do it or this is how the Fed thinks. We're going to do it like that. And it's That's not cutting edge thinking. That's doing the same thing we already do on the blockchain.
So how recent then do those notes go up to? Is that like,
I
does
think
that
it's
include Soulbound and all the stuff, like all the recent
yeah,
stuff?
like so I'm right now at March 23rd, 21. So I'm about 2 years back, but
Okay.
this was released like right around Christmas, I think. Or no, I think I got it for my birthday in October of last year. So sometime last year it came out. So I guess it's 2022 is probably the last. So they're like his writings, like articles and stuff. It's not like a book. January 26, 2022. So it's up to date as of a year ago, essentially.
Nice. So not an
So
all
no, I
up to date
guess
because
probably
everything
not
went.
soulbound. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this would be before proof of stake even went through. So
Okay. That, I bet you that's probably like final chapter type thing. Given the book is
right,
called Proof of Stake, it's probably leading up to the merge. Okay.
exactly.
Interesting.
But
Well,
yeah, I
cool.
mean,
Are you finding that to be an enjoyable book or
oh
helpful?
yeah, I love it. I mean, it's a lot of
Nice.
big brain stuff. It's a lot of nerd stuff, but the
That's all
things that
fun
I
though.
really love about it are I love like I'm not a super mathematical person, but I do love like the beauty of numbers and math and kind of the way a lot of the things I understand about it. And actually like what's really interesting is that if you get past a PhD in math, you can actually create math. Like, so people think of math
What?
as a discovery, and that's almost like thinking like a flat earther. It's like the math wasn't actually discovered. Math can be reinvented and rediscovered any number of ways depending on how you begin, almost like writing a language, like almost like starting a language or
Yeah.
world building. Like you can create any infinite number of worlds. It's kind of the same way with math to a degree. Like we chose these dividends and these ways of measuring things, and obviously I'm not past a PhD in math, so this is like totally outside of my realm of understanding.
Where's the
But
evidence?
when, when you get past a certain level in mathematical understanding, you can start to create mathematical models, which is where people like Einstein and Heisenberg exist. They exist in
You get
these
to
like
use it to answer questions instead of just, you
right.
know,
You can actually
add.
say, well, wait, why does this math not answer all the questions? And now you can create new maths that are bigger than that. And then the old maths have to kind of fit inside of those. So even like what Albert Einstein did mathematically is actually like fixed or disproven by string theory. And now there's people coming along saying that, well, string theory was a good enough solution, but it actually is totally wrong in light of quantum physics. So, like, then that's why they have these
Good
like
guess. We need more answers.
right, like, well, that's why we have these janky understandings when they say like a particle is you can be both a wave and a particle at the same time. It's like, well, you're trying to fit it into string theory terms where there's a new thing we need to be thinking about. It's not actually a particle and wave at the same time.
Yeah.
That's just
It's plasma or something. It's a new thing. It's a different thing we don't
that's
understand.
the way you're observing it in that mathematical state.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point I was getting at is that these are the kind of things that make him think about society. And so it's kind of like
Ah.
why I was saying yesterday in one of our DMs that like token weighted voting is not everyone knows that's terrible voting system because
You're voting with dollars.
you're voting with dollars, and then if you vote to give yourself more dollars, your power grows, and now you can just vote to give yourself more dollars. And it is actually like it's a Tower of Babel type thing where it's going to stack up to the top until the point that there's nothing at the bottom.
Hmm.
And that's kind of the flaw of token weighted voting. And then obviously like quadratic voting has the problem of being Sybil resistant. How do you know that the person voting is actually a person? But these are all the things that we're working on with blockchain and the things that are actually going to change the world we're in. So yeah, definitely a great book. I would highly recommend it
Nice.
if you want to think about these things on a bigger level, you know how it's going to change the world. I mean, the last chapter I just read was all about prediction markets. which I have had
Ooh.
no interest in whatsoever. And then after reading Vitalik talk about it, and he actually said the same thing. He's like, I had no interest in this. And then like, he's talking about how he got involved with a prediction market because of like, he saw this disparity of being able to buy dollars for 50 cents on the Trump prediction market of whatever election year that was. Not the first Trump, the second Trump, the one he lost. Basically, he saw that you could like buy Trump losing at 50 cents to the dollar. So he was like, well, this is a good bet. And he also has that same mindset I was talking about maybe last night or the last From A to Z, where it's like skin in the game is important. Like you don't actually understand how a market works if you don't have any money in it. You can observe it all you want, but until you attach yourself to it,
feel it.
You don't actually feel it. So he was like, yeah, I wanted to try out prediction markets. And then he was like, oh, he's like, I didn't think I would care about this thing at all, but it's actually very interesting and it's an interesting model to almost like think of it. I mean, it's funny to think about what is a prediction market. You're trying to get people to tell you how people are going to think.
It's a betting market, essentially, right? It's
but
less.
You're almost it's kind of like it is a betting market, but you're trying to bet on what people are going to think tomorrow. So it's like if you run a prediction market on an election, the same people in the prediction market are, I mean, I guess not really. Like in the case of a United States presidential election, only United States people are going to be able to vote, whereas the whole world can be involved in the prediction market. But if you're in the United States competing on this prediction market, or if you're a rich person in another country that's going to benefit from Trump winning the election, then you might be in this prediction market. So you're almost betting on the fighter as being the fighter. Like if you're tied into the thing, yeah, it's kind of like predicting your own horoscope, if that makes any sense.
Interesting.
Like what if you could bet on your horoscope for tomorrow?
Seems like a sucker's bet. Seems like it'd be stacked against me.
And that's what's actually the funniest part about it, because you're basically betting on sentiment about something that people will have to decide later.
Very interesting.
And where the disparity between like what the prediction market predicts and what actually happens is also very interesting. Because if the prediction market predicts, the prediction market in that case predicted Trump would lose. I mean, obviously it's got both halves of it. So like the people who said Trump would lose and put into that won from all the people who said Trump would win, who paid in and got 100% losses.
It's that steep. It's an all or nothing thing.
Well, I mean, you can always weight your vote by doing both. You could put 66% of your bet into Trump and then 33% of your bet into Biden, and then you don't take a total loss. Maybe you're a wash at that point.
But if you were to have put 100% of your bet in the like Trump is going to win category, and then Trump didn't win, you lose 100% of what you put in.
You lose 100% of what you put in.
Danger zone. Oh man.
Well, I mean, that's just any gambling, right?
I suppose. Yeah, Augur is. I have exposure to Augur, but no experience with it. The reputation token.
Augur is the one of the website he was saying. I think he said that's the one he ended up not using though, because there was some maybe it's different now because this was a few years ago. This was 21, but he was saying there was a lot of inefficiency and slippage in the trades. So he actually found it easier to go another route.
It seems to be a less active community since the founders totally decentralized and stepped back as well.
And that's kind of the scary part.
There's no one in control of the protocol anymore.
Yeah, that's the scary part about decentralization of a protocol, is like no one taking ownership of the thing to drive it forward.
Or upgrade it. That's
right.
Is what it is. If you like it now, cool. If there's flaws that we missed, you might find them later.
I'm trying to look up the one. We got a couple things in the chat here. People.
Yeah, let me click this. We got Polymarket. Looks like that was a suggestion from chat.
To see which one he actually used.
And this other one here, SX Network. SX Network SuperNet incoming. They're about to branch into prediction markets. So maybe, hey, there's your alpha. There's the Gib alpha for the night is keep an eye on SX Network SuperNet for Polygon prediction market.
I've seen some that are like this too that don't use tokens. Or I mean, they do, but in a different mechanism where instead of like locking up money into the bet, you buy an NFT. And I guess
So
that would be
same end goal, but like a V2 versus V3 for Uniswap type thing. Different approaches, same goal.
Yeah, and I guess the other part would be maybe that because maybe the other mechanism there was that the NFT went up in value as people bought into one side. So that it actually gets more expensive to bet on that side, which means your returns would be lower. The earlier you get in, it's kind of like the same thing with Rah Social with their the way their system works is very similar where like you put the emoji on a thing, and if you were the first person to put that emoji and people keep dumping in, you make out better than the people who come into it later kind of thing. But I think it's probably it's a steeper thing in a prediction market where the price may move very quickly. Like it could be linear or quadratic or exponential.
Well, that'll be something to keep an eye on then. Oh, here we go. We've got an explanation. Mycalium's saying, perfect. The longer you are able to hold possession of the NFT, the more of its potential winnings are your share. I see.
Oh, reality cards. That is the one I was talking about. That's what he's talking about. Okay. They actually approached Gerline and I a couple years ago about doing their NFTs, like being a community artist for their NFTs. But I guess Gerline wasn't interested in it. And I'm not an artist, so.
Well, that is a very interesting system there. That's all news to me. This is new to me for sure.
Oh, it is Polymarket. Okay, yeah, Augur, Omen, and Polymarket. And I don't remember which one he said he did it through, but I'm not going to go through and find it now. But interesting stuff. So, and that's what I like about, I love nerd stuff. And I actually spent a long time just doing nerd stuff before I got into Aavegotchi. Because like I said 100 times, I got into here to like release my music. I just got into crypto because I learned about NFTs, and I knew about it all before then, but like NFTs is what made me interested because I wanted to release albums here. But then instead of releasing music and albums, I got into nerd shit and was just like, oh man, this tech is so cool. I'm just deep diving and then
I hear you. It's just too many cool things over here.
18 to 24 months later, I pull my nose out of a book and go, oh yeah, I'm working on an album. That's right. I need to
back to the studio. What year is it? Where am I?
Oh man. So yep. 23, the year of the Gotchi, the year of the zombie.
I like it. I like it if that means you. If we get zombies, that's not what we need. Not a good time for zombies. But if it's year of the you zombie, I can get on board with that. Hey, zombies is not a macro factor we need to introduce. On that note, I think we can wrap it up here.
Oh man,
I think that pretty much does it for our episode here today, right?
Pretty much.
Any last minute updates?
I mean, definitely join us in the morning for GM with GMI every morning, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. UTC. Then I guess I'm not doing a zombie time tonight. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to gear up for ETH Denver, and busy. I need to get back in the studio. Like I got let's go with the wide view there. I got my keyboard here, and I got a bunch of stuff going on. So I'm trying to do my thing and gear up. And I was gonna perform live for y'all tonight, but I don't have like an interface to put things in, and it would be just a bunch of trying to hook things up and. I am going to we'll go hang in Sound of the Ghost. I will turn on my camera and my mic. And if it sounds like shit, y'all can tell me to turn it off. But y'all can talk and hang out and do what y'all want to do. And I'm going to hang out, but we're not going to go live with Zombie Time. We're going to do it private in Sound of the Ghost. So
Sounds good. I'll hang out for a little bit. Looks like Soju just stopped in. Hey, friends. Very good. We are wrapping up here, Soju. We're going to head to the Sound of the Ghost for just a little bit of chill sesh, it sounds like. But thank you for popping in, for coming by. Last minute notes, I guess, touch grass. If you haven't been following, we moved that to Monday. We're doing that Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So same time as touch grass, but at the same time as From A to Z, we just wanted to separate the days, so we kind of had a little bit better approach to both shows. Tuesday night hasn't changed. Normally we've got our A to Z and Zombie Time. Friday night hasn't changed. We got our block party, more Zombie Time, another Syncopator. You know where to find us. But yeah, so the biggest changes are just that Monday night.
Right.
And the new GM with GMI every weekday morning. 10 a.m. Eastern.
And then next week, we'll have to see what happens with Zombie Time. Like Friday, I might be on the road at that moment. So if you cover it, for that hour this Friday, and then the next Friday, we'll be deep in East Denver. So matter of fact, I'm fairly positive I'm not going to be able to do the Zombie Time on the 3rd.
Let's plan on skipping that one then. You're going to have plenty on your plate.
Right.
And I might too if y'all are sending edit stuff.
I don't know what Block Party's doing for that time slot either, because we are going to be that's the day of the biggest Gotchi event, I think. And then
skip it. Focus on your stuff.
There's a UVR ultraviolet rave going on where Domino and a bunch of Web3 musicians I've been following are going to be performing there. And that's
you're not going to want to miss Friday night at Eat Denver.
Right.
Yeah, so skip the podcast, skip the shows. Do your thing. You've got an opportunity that you have to seize while you're there. And
I've already reached out to Domino and Jaden and a few people and said, yo, we got to meet. So
nice. Well, that'll be exciting. Looking forward to it.
Yep. Hell yeah. Well, see y'all in Sound of the Ghost, and have a good night, friends.